Alright guys, welcome to another log of our Digimon Color version 2. And for today's log, we have Skull Greymon. And I have to say I'm really excited because Skull Greymon's pixels look so good. Like I didn't expect it to turn out so well. And I can see how well they've executed it this time. I know I've said this a lot, that Digimon Color is better than I anticipated, but Skull Greymon really represents that. Like, okay, we'll talk more about that later. For now, let's talk about its profile. First, its etymology, I think is really clear. Skull means, skeleton, and of course, is reference to the fact that the Greymon has become a very skeletal evolution, and it's Greymon. We mentioned Greymon's etymology just means an ancient type or old type of Digimon. So Skull Greymon is basically the skeletal version of a Greymon, and we can understand more about why it turned out to be like this by reading its profile. So firstly, it has two special moves, Ground Zero and Oblivion Bird. But let's check out its profile. This skeleton Digimon is nothing but skin and bones minus the skin, right? Couldn't it just say bones? Anyway, singularly fixated on fighting, this Digimon extended its life through combat instinct alone as its body deteriorated, eventually resulting in the birth of Skull Greymon. So it was a Greymon, I guess, and it fought so much that it only has combat instincts and it has nothing else left. With not a scrap of intelligence or reason left to restrain its instinct, Skull Greymon's existence is a threat to other Digimon. Its special move, Ground Zero, is an organic missile fired from its spinal cord. The latest research suggests that this attack is what eventually evolved into Oblivion Bird. Okay, which adds a new tracking function and dramatically upgrades both power and range. So first there's a Ground Zero, which is an organic missile fired from his spinal cord, which you can see from his artwork. It looks scary. And then there's also Oblivion Bird, which has a tracking function. So that's crazy, scary. Kind of like the homing pigeon, but a more sinister one. Homing pigeon is one of the callbacks to one of the games I used to play with Worms when I was young. So yeah, a homing missile basically. But yeah, this profile is really interesting, and of course for the older fans who are familiar, Skull Greymon obviously was the dark evolution that Greymon evolved into when Taichi forced Greymon to evolve. And it's quite interesting. You as a kid, it's quite deep actually, that show. It was trying to explain that being brave is different from being reckless, and Taichi, what he was doing then, thinking that he's being brave or behaving like his crest is supposed to be. Since his crest is about bravery, he think he was being brave and courageous, but what he was actually doing was just being reckless. And that's an interesting message, even for a show that was meant for kids. So, good message there. I really like the old series, honestly. The storyline was really quite good. But anyway, Skull Greymon was an iconic moment because of that plot line, right, where Greymon evolves into Skull Greymon. It's a dark evolution. But anyway, in version 2 is just an evolution here, and so we have Skull Greymon on the Digimon now. And let's take a closer look at its sprite animation, shall we? Alright, now let's take a look at Skull Greymon's animation here. And like I mentioned, it looks sorry guys, still a little bit under the weather, but yeah, look at his sprite animation. This just looks amazing. Look at it. I'm just gonna let it idle around the screen for a while, but just look at it. I think this is really showcasing how color brings the sprite to life. I mean, in the past, if you look at the original pixel design for Skull Greymon, it looks great, but it's really quite hard to tell amidst that mix of pixels how skeletal is supposed to look. But here, because of the color, you can really distinguish and make it look more skeletal. On top of that, remember in the artwork, if you check it out, you can see that amidst it, in the middle of its rib cage, you can see the heart, also known as the digicore of SkullGreymon still beating. And this can be shown because of the pixel. You can see that little orange ball thing there. That's pretty much its digicore being exposed. And because it's color, it can be shown. In the past, black and white, you can't really tell. And I think that's great. And of course, the eyes being green really brings the pixels to life. So I think this is a really cool, really cool sprite animation. Sorry, I'm totally geeking out here, but it really looks good. And I can't say it enough. But anyway, let's feed it a piece of meat. And that's how it looks like when it's eating. It's awesome. Alright, now we're going to training, and this is the part where I'm just gonna go and be honest here. I went a bit on a deep dive, but let's see. Look at that missile. Can you see that it is a flat missile? That's a grey flat missile that looks different from the round missile that we see on Metal Greymon in version 1. Now, when I first saw the missile, okay, so that's the upset animation. We got that angry and happy animation now. But yeah, let's continue talking about the missiles. When I first saw the missile, I went through a range of emotion from surprise to excitement to curiosity and then confusion. Because, hear me out, I went a bit on a deep dive for this, because first when I saw this flat missile, I was like, oh, this is awesome. Because from what I recall back then when I was playing version 2 when I was a kid in 1997, I remember thinking that, hey, all these ultimate levels for all the versions, especially version 1 and 2, Metal Greymon had a missile that was round, and Skull Greymon also fired a missile that was round. All of their attacks looked the same. Mamimon shot a bomb, Metal Mamimon also fired a bomb, and they all look so similar. So I was like, where's the creativity in that, right? So when I finally saw the version 2 color, they changed the missile type to be a flat missile. I was like, whoa, did they just do that? Did they just change the original? That's great, because you know it looks different, and it's like interesting to see that they actually changed the missile type, changed the color in a bit, because the color of the missile, in the shape of the missile for Metal Greymon in version 1 was different for the color. So I thought they did it specifically for this color iteration. But just to confirm what I thought was happening, I decided to just check it out. So that was a part where I was, trying to be curious, and then I searched and I got super confused, because the first video that I stumbled upon on YouTube of a Digimon version 2 original, it showed that SkullGreymon was firing a flat missile like this. It was this, but except it was in black and white. And I was super confused, because I was very sure of my memory when I was a child that the missile that SkullGreymon fired on my Digivice was a round missile, not a flat one. And I would have noticed, I remember having that specific thought that the missiles all look the same, like can't they sorry, just design something different? And so I went on a deep dive and I started searching many videos of original Digital Monsters version 2 of SkullGreymon. And so weirdly, I found another batch of videos showcasing another batch of Digital Monsters version 2 original 1997, where SkullGreymon was firing round missiles. So I became really confused, guys. Like, why is there two types of version 2 from the 1997 series? Hear me out, by the way, disclaimer, I'm not referring to the Digimon version 20th in any way. The videos obviously show the original Digital Monsters version 2, because you can tell from the original Digital Monsters 2, all the top and the bottom menu only had 4 options each, adding up to 8 in that sense. The Digital Monsters version 20th had 5 options at the top. They had more, so you can tell by looking at the screen whether it's a original version 2 or whether it's a Digimon 20th. And I know that in Digimon 20th, Skull Greymon had the flat missile already, so I think that much is clear, and I'm not contesting that. So yes, the flat missile did at least appear as early as Digimon version 20th. But I was referring to the 1997 ones. Like, how come there is 2 batches of version 2 where Skull Greymon, one batch where Skull Greymon is firing a round missile, and then there's another batch where Skull Greymon fires this flat missile design. Now, if you are interested, you can look up. I didn't want to waste my effort on a deep dive, so I found 2 very clear videos, because mind you, some of these videos are really old and the resolution is not very good, but there are 2 videos I found which clearly showcase the 2 types of missiles. So one of the videos below is actually by this YouTube channel called DigiDudes. I think they're really cool. It's a father and son channel where they both like Digimon a lot, and his video showcasing the original 1997 Skull Greymon fires a missile with a round missile. So Skull Greymon fires a round missile in his video showcase of the 1997 Digimon version 2. And the other video I found was by another YouTube channel, I can't remember its name, and it showcases the 1997 version 2 Skull Greymon fighting another Digivice. And in that video, Skull Greymon is shown firing a flat missile, just like what you're seeing now, except it was in black and white. So you can see for yourself, why is there a difference? I don't know why there's a difference. If you happen to know why there's a difference, why are there 2 different type of version 2s? Is it because one is an English release or Japanese release? But I can't really tell. Both of them look really similar, and they were the same color and they were the same clear case and both orange buttons. So I really think something's going on there, guys. Like, maybe there really was 2 batches of version 2, whereby maybe the later batch got a newer design of these projectiles, and then the first batch didn't get it, so they had a round missiles instead. I really don't know. If you happen to know, please tell me in your in the comment section below, and I would really like to know if you have some info on that. But anyway, I went on a rant on this missile deep dive. I'm sorry, but I was really curious, and that's how I am. I really want to find out. So if you happen to know, please tell me. Okay, but anyway, let's move on with the log. He has to fight, and this is his virgin battle. Let's make sure his strength is full, because we want to take advantage of the stats. Otherwise, Skull Greymon needs his battles. He needs to win in order to evolve. So let's go. He fights Elecmon. Let's just skip to the results. The log is going too long because I went on that rant about I'm sorry, went on a rant about the missile thing. Alright, and now he's up against Yukidarumon. And Yukidarumon is gonna beat him. Nope, I don't think so. He's gonna win. Let's hope he wins. I think we can skip to the end. Alright, he wins. That's great. He won his first 3 battles. We just need to win the next 12, and then he can evolve. So that's great. Looking good. Skull Greymon. Let's put you up against evening sky. Standing here in the evening sky. Skull Greymon says no. Sleep. Good night to you, good night to me. And he sleeps, and he has no tatami. and you can still see his heart when he's sleeping. That's just so strange, but I think it's really good. Once again, I just find it amazing how well this is done. That makes me look forward to the next releases of version 3, version 4, version 5. I just can't wait. Look at it, it's so good. Alright, let's hope they don't disappoint. Otherwise, it has been a pleasure, and I'm repeating and nagging a little again, but yes, please, if you know why the missile is different for 2 different batches of the original version 2, please tell me in the comment section below. I hope you like what you watch. If you like what you watch, don't forget to hit like and subscribe with, what's his missile name again? I can't remember. Something bird. Oblivion bird. Right. Obliterate those buttons, man. Otherwise, thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Bye.